What is up, everyone? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 17 Baek Battles. Today we are using Sejun Park's Onog Invitationals team, and to be honest, I've only had like 2 battles with this team, and it was before this video because I wanted to try out the team, and I kind of am already regret playing. Not the team, it's just regret playing in general because I've lost to some really weird stuff. Celestial with Beast Boost, with the Speed Beast Boost. And I think I just lost like 10 minutes ago to a Fisher Gastrodon in the 1400s. I'm actually really upset, but we're going to be playing with this team. I'm always a huge fan of Sejun's team building. I love his teams. I think Sejun's a phenomenal player. And I'm excited. Well, I'm not excited to play, but I'm excited to learn more about this team and hopefully maybe score some wins. That would be very nice. We find a rated player from Japan. Using the team of Torkoal, Lilligant, Mimikyu, Snorlax, Mudsdale, and Magnezone. So a very Trick Room oriented team, and I don't exactly have the... Okay, Goodra is actually an amazing Pokemon here because Goodra does so well against the Sun mode on my opponent's team, because Goodra cannot be put to sleep because of Sap Sipper. It'll eat up the sleep powder, and Torkoal can't do much to it. So Goodra's looking like a fantastic Pokemon to bring here. I just want to double check something. Goodra, is it faster than... I need to know its stats. 114. Okay, Metagross 113, so Goodra is faster. I can lead Goodra Metagross. I think that's the safest play that I have here. I think I want to bring Arcanine and Tapu Lele in the back. Like, I don't need weather control because I don't feel Sun is threatening. Ninetales doesn't even do that much work here. It only really hits the Lilligant and the Mudsdale, which Goodra can deal. Goodra plus, you know, maybe boosted Metagross does something. Pheromosa doesn't really do much here, other than the high jump kick, I guess. But it's going to be really hard to get a high jump kick, especially if my opponent gets Trick Room up. And that's going to most likely be the case here with having the Mimikyu. So let's see how this is going to go. This is going to be a very interesting battle. I'm going to have to get rid of Mimikyu as fast as I can. I cannot let Trick Room get up. And Snorlax is doable because I do carry Taunt as well as a Shattered Psyche. So let's see how this is going to go. Good worst case scenario lead, I think it's Mimikyu. Mimikyu Torkoal. So we're gonna see Snorlax Mimikyu, which is alright for me because if this is a slow Mimikyu, it should go down to a +2 Meteor Mash. I'm gonna go for my bulldozer right here, and I think I'm just gonna hit my Meteor Mash right here. And, well, hope to hit a Meteor Mash right here because 90% accuracy rules. Why couldn't we get Iron Head? I don't know. Why can't Metagross naturally learn Iron Head? I will never know. But what I'm going to do is, Mimikyu's not a Pokemon that usually carries Protect. Bulldoze will break the disguise, activate my weakness policy, and then we're just going to see Mimikyu switch out, so I think that's Torkoal. Oh, Mudsdale. Okay, so that's smart on my opponent's side because this team is pretty well known. So, going to get the Stamina Defense boost, but that's alright because my Metagross is going to get a boost with this weakness policy, and the Meteor Mash is still going to do a lot. Even though that the Mudsdale is now +1 because of stamina, Meteor Mash will do a lot of damage. So stamina is going to activate, get a defense rise as Meteor Mash going to come out, and it does connect with the Mudsdale. Excellent. That does pretty good damage, but the Mudsdale is now +2, but it should be in range of another Meteor Mash as the Snorlax just goes straight for the belly drum. Okay. So that's pretty interesting to note, but I don't think we're in a bad situation at all. Because I don't know how much the Metagross will do, but Metagross should do a lot of damage. I think I can go... I could just Dragon Pulse Protect here. I'm just going to Dragon Pulse Protect here because I want to put Snorlax in guaranteed range of +2 Meteor Mash because I actually don't know my Snorlax calcs. Also, my opponent could probably just protect Snorlax right here and try to sack Mudsdale. That way, my opponent could get a free switch into Mimikyu. Yeah, I think that's a play my opponent can make. I shouldn't go down to 1 high horsepower, but I also wouldn't mind training my Goodra right here. So let's see what my opponent decides to do. It is a protect from Snorlax, which makes sense. As Dragon Pulse going to go into the protect. As let's see what Mudsdale goes for high horsepower. Going to go into the Metagross slot, which is acceptable. I wish I had Arcanine here because Arcanine would help, but I'm going to go out into my Tapu Lele right here. And fire out to Zen Headbutt. Because what I want to do is save my Goodra. Oh, the match is just going to be forfeited. That's interesting. But I guess my opponent didn't believe that. Well, high horsepower shouldn't knock out Metagross because Metagross is a very bulky Pokemon. And also the fact that Snorlax, I think my opponent had a chance to dodge the Zen Headbutt. But otherwise, I guess my opponent didn't think he or she had a very good shot. So we're actually going to take a very confident and fast victory, which I'm not exactly sure how I should feel. But that's pretty nice. I kind of like Goodra because it's a great answer to the Sun teams because it's able to wall Lilligant Torkoal, and also it's pretty decent against rain teams because it doesn't take much from Pelipper or Golduck and can fire off like maybe a Thunderbolt if it carries it. All from Canada with a 1583 rating will be our next opponent. Rocking a pretty cool team. We got a Slowking, Incineroar, Gyarados, Ninetales, Gigalith, and Togedemaru. So 2 weather setters, which is very interesting. As well as the Slowking and Incineroar. And Togedemaru is not exactly... Well, Togedemaru has increased in popularity. So, how do I want to handle this is the question. Because I'm very, very not sure about how I want to handle this situation. And it's kind of weird because my opponent looks like has a Trick Room team and then a Sweeper setup mode with Gyarados. I think Goodra's pretty safe all around, as well as Metagross. Yeah. Well, is this because it doesn't do well against Slowking. Slowking can't get taunted because of its ability Oblivious, so that's kind of annoying. I actually don't have a way to hit Slowking for much damage. I think Tapu Lele and Arcanine in the back. Let's see how this is going to go. Because I feel like my opponent just leads Incineroar, Slowking, and then I don't exactly have much to handle that. This is going to be a very tough battle. It's definitely my opponent's favor, especially if that Slowking has recovery. I don't think I have a way to touch it. Because both of Metagross's hits are resisted. I don't have like a super effective move other than Wall Charge, and that's not going to do too much. So, Goodra, Metagross, Gigalith, and Incineroar. Okay, that's interesting. So Gigalith gonna bring out the Sandstream, which is alright. I feel like I can just go with a... Well, I need to get rid of Incineroar because Incineroar is a bit annoying. The rest of my team can handle Gigalith just fine. I think I want to go for Dragon Pulse because I don't want to activate a weakness policy from that Gigalith potentially. My opponent could just Flare Blitz the Metagross, which is kind of what I'm worrisome. I don't think you need to fake out Goodra because Metagross is a threat. So I'm just going to protect Metagross here because I don't want to switch into Flare Blitz. And I could switch out into Arcanine, but Arcanine's not really that good here. We're going to see the switch into Slowking. Okay. So I'm guessing it's going to be a fake out into the Goodra slot then. We're going to get a protect off of Metagross as we do see a fake out into the Metagross slot. I'm very curious about what my opponent was thinking about when making that lead choice. Maybe my opponent was fearing the Ninetales getting up the Aurora Veil and decided I need to get rid of this Ninetales. So what I'm going to be doing is prevent my opponent from setting up Aurora Veil because this team doesn't have much offense other than getting the Trick Room up. So I could see that my opponent didn't want Aurora Veil up, and then I could switch on to Slowking no problem. But what I can do here is just bulldoze right here and go for a Meteor Mash into the Incineroar. It looks like I can't stop Trick Room, but oh, okay. That's a bit problematic. I should have just targeted Slowking, but it wouldn't have done too much damage no matter what. Slowking's now going to be a slow Pokemon, which is not the... Okay, this is not the best, not the worst case scenario here. My opponent's going to get Trick Room up. I forgot that Incineroar does have the option to carry Protect, but I feel like most Incineroars we see don't carry Protect when it's run. We usually see Taunt or an Assault Vest set as the final move, so it has maybe U-Turn or Earthquake. But my opponent's taking sand damage, and that sand damage is really adding up to my opponent. I don't really need Goodra, for much of my opponent's team. I will just go for a Dragon Pulse, because my opponent doesn't exactly have the best answers to Metagross other than that Incineroar. Maybe my opponent does have the Z move, but I'm just going to protect Metagross here because keeping Metagross healthy allows me to handle the Gigalith better. And I want to scout what kind of Slowking this is if it carries like Fire Blast. We're going to see Togedemaru come in. Okay. Floats with the Air Balloon. We protect Metagross right here. What is the Slowking going to go for? It's going to be the Scald into Metagross. So that confirms it doesn't have Fire Blast or doesn't want to hit it right now. Dragon Pulse is going to hit the Togedemaru. So that's going to be a lot of damage. Not really a lot of damage, but it does pop the Air Balloon. So Bulldoze might be a 2 KO. We do have Flamethrower though, so that wouldn't be exactly the wisest thing. Togedemaru is not really a threat. The Slowking is a bit annoying to get rid of, so I think I'm going to just fire off a Dragon Pulse and a Meteor Mash into the Slowking, because we're most likely just going to see Fake Out Scald. It's not like I get any momentum by switching out. We're going to see the Fake Out into the Metagross. I'm hoping just for no burn, because the burn would be extremely annoying here. Scald into the Metagross. Please no burn. Maybe I should have went for double protect. It might have been the best play. Luckily, it looks like I'll be able to survive another Scald, so a Dragon Pulse will connect with a Slowking. Let's see if it has an item like a Citrus Berry. Doesn't look like it has the Citrus Berry. Of course, I can't be too careful just yet. It does look like it would live another Dragon Pulse, but I'm going to fire off a... Should I just fire off a Flame Dragon Pulse into Togedemaru? Togedemaru's not doing too much. If I get rid of Slowking, though, he's wasting his Trick Room turns by doing this defensive play. He only has 2 more turns of Trick Room left, so I'm actually going to double up this Slowking right here. Because Slowking is a threatening Pokemon, and Togedemaru is not exactly the best Pokemon. We're actually going to see Spiky Shield. That's best case scenario right here. As long as the Slowking doesn't crit. Okay, it goes for Slack Off. That's perfect, actually, because I doubled up into the Slowking. And the reason I went for this play is because if I keep Slowking low, I'm able to deny Trick Room again from being set up. Meteor Mash does so much damage. Too bad we didn't get another attack boost, but here comes the Dragon Pulse. This is going to do a massive amount of damage. Nice. Oh, that's a berry. Oh, jeez. That's a lot of healing. Okay. But that's fine. My opponent Sand stops, so Gooch's not taking that residual damage anymore. Again, I'm just going to double up the Slowking no matter what, because if I do this play, I'm able to keep Slowking low, even if it goes for another Slack Off. Togedemaru can't do much. The worst case scenario, I think, is Slowking. Again, crits or burns my Metagross with Scald if it decides to attack. Otherwise, we have a pretty good shot just by going for attacks. Togedemaru's not doing too much, as we are going to see Togedemaru switch out. Probably Incineroar's going to come out to reset the Fake Out pressure. Yep. Slack Off is going to be set up with the Slowking, so let's see. Really hope we could hit the Meteor Mashes because that would help. Yeah, nice, nice. Okay. Hit the Meteor Mash, good amount of damage, as well as another Dragon Pulse. This should be able to, 2 Dragon Pulses should be able to knock it out at that range. Yes, it looks like exactly. Okay. And Trick Room returns to normal. So what, it looks like my opponent, like, this is the problem with, like, bulky Trick Room teams. If they don't put on enough offensive pressure, I can easily just plow right through. So what I'm going to do is just double up the Slowking again. If Incineroar fakes out, I knock out the Slowking with the other. I guess my opponent has to hope for a miss. We're actually going to see a protect from Incineroar, so I'm going to guarantee the knockout on Slowking with the Dragon Pulse. So fantastic position we have right here because I do knock out the Slowking, and now my opponent can no longer set up Trick Room. So all of my opponent's Pokemon other than Togedemaru is currently faster than my team right now. And that's not really a problem because Incineroar should be in range of another Dragon Pulse. Plus, like, Sand, so my opponent can never send in Gigalith. Like, unless my opponent has, like, a 50% berry. But I think this is Z-move Incineroar. I'm just gonna go for... I could protect Bulldoze, too. I don't want to make that play, though, because Togedemaru is a Pokemon that carries Encore, and I don't think that's worth it. I could Bulldoze right here because I don't really need... Because Bulldoze isn't going to do much to Metagross, and it does hit the Togedemaru and it drops the speed, which could be helpful. You know what? I think Bulldoze is a safe play. It's not like Dragon Pulse would knock out the Incineroar, and I get massive damage on the Togedemaru. And I'm just going to Meteor Mash the Incineroar and try to pick up a KO here. I think that's the best play possible. We're going to see the Nuzzle, actually. It's going to target on the Metagross. So, best case scenario here, we get the knockout onto the Incineroar here. We get the Bulldoze off, which does have tremendous amounts of Togedemaru. 50% isn't bad from a Goodra with only a 60 base power move. We'll take it. 60 base power spread move. Meteor Mash is going to come out, target down the Incineroar. That's a knockout. Goodbye, Incineroar. And we get the attack boost, which I don't think really matters too much. And then we're going to see the Gigalith come out, and I don't know what my opponent has, but it has to be an Earthquake, because only an Earthquake should knock out Metagross at this range. Stone Edge doesn't look like... I think Stone Edge would barely miss the knockout. I'm still kind of worried if that's weakness policy. I guess I can Flamethrower here, which makes sense to me. Because I don't want to activate weakness policy on Gigalith if I don't pick up the knockout. Because I'm not sure Metagross outspeeds it with the para. Let's see how this is going to work. Flamethrower, no Spiky Shield from the Togedemaru. So we will knock out the Togedemaru. So what does the Gigalith do? What does the Gigalith do? That's the question. Metagross gets paralyzed here. I don't really mind too much. Rock Slide, okay. That's not going to KO. Either one of my Pokemon, actually, yeah. So, this Sand, I guess I could stall it out with Goodra plus Arcanine. Yeah, 4 turns left. I'm just going to switch hard into my Arcanine, get the Intimidate off, and Meteor Mash. Because it's not like Goodra's going to be doing too much damage in the Sand anyway. And if I stall out the Sand, I can just go for Dragon Pulses and Shattered Psyche's just fine. Gonna go into Arcanine here, get the Intimidate off, which might allow Metagross to live another Rock Slide too. We get parried again. It doesn't really matter to me at this point. Again, I feel like we have the game locked up with the Tapu Lele plus Goodra. The Rock Slide is gonna come out, and Metagross does survive, which is pretty nice. And yeah, I'm just gonna protect right here. The Arcanine, stall out another turn of Sand, and Meteor Mash the Gigalith. Again, I'm just making sure I stall out the Sand so I can knock it out with Tapu Lele. Metagross gets paralyzed 3 times in a row. He cannot catch a break. Rock Slide does connect with the Metagross. That will pick up the knockout, but at this point, what I'm aiming for is my Tapu Lele to come in, click the Shadow Psyche after the Sand wears off. The Sand has 1 more turn left, so I'm just going to go into Tapu Lele, protect. Like, it might seem like I'm drawing out the battle, but I'm just making sure I have 100% win condition, because if I went hard into Tapu Lele and got crit by Rock Slide and got knocked out, like, that's the game. Like, what am I supposed to do? I just risked my win condition. I lost. Like, you always have to make sure you put yourself in a good position, good percentage to win. You want to put all the odds in the favor, even if you're playing a bit slow at the end game. You just want to make sure you don't choke away the game that you won. Just gonna Wild Charge here into the Gigalith, get some chip, and hopefully sacrifice Arcanine to bring out Goodra. So Shadow Psyche plus Dragon Pulse is gonna do a lot. Heavy Slam's gonna go into Tapu Lele, and the Sand should end now, or did it not? I thought Sand ends this turn. Did I miscount my turns? I might have. Okay, I did. Whatever. I think with another Wild Charge damage, the Shadow Psyche should pick up the knockout, and then even if the Gigalith protects here, I can get the Psychic off without the Gigalith having a special defense boost. So either way, I think this is the best play. I still agree with my protect from the Tapu Lele. So let's get the Shadow Psyche off. It's still in Sand though, so I'm not sure if it knocks out, but this is Tapu Lele in Psychic Terrain. And it does KO a lot of things. Like, this Tapu Lele just KOs a lot of things. Let's see. Okay, so it picks up the knockout. A bit close to my comfort. That's the reason why I wanted 2 Wild Charges off in the situation there. But anyway, we will take that game, which, you know, 2 games. Did we win 2? Was that the... I don't remember how many games we played. I think that was the second game. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think this is the second game because we won the first one like 6 minutes. So let's play one more. and hopefully we can take another win. I don't know why, but I always feel like whenever I'm playing these QR code teams, I play a lot better on camera than I do out of camera, which is weird because in general, usually you would think off camera I would be better because I'm actually focusing more, I think, like off camera, like I can get all the thoughts in my mind, but that's not the case for some reason. 1606 rated play from Japan. Oh geez, this is gonna be one interesting ride. We got a Vanillux, Sand Slash, Arcanine, Nihilego, Hariyama, and Tapu Fini. Okay, this is a weird team. Is that a Roarveil? Sand Slash? Ooh, okay. Metagross is pretty good in the matchup. I could also get a Roarveil, which would be pretty nice. Nihilego's a bit annoying though. Like, Nihilego's an annoying Pokemon. I don't know. Let me check the Pheromosa real quick. Pheromosa, what speed stat you had? You had 223, so it depends on the Vanillux because it might not. I don't know if Scarf Vanillux, Timid Scarf outspeeds Pheromosa. I want to say yes because I think it does. Well, I'm gonna lead Ninetales Metagross, or maybe Ninetales Arcanine. I think Ninetales Arcanine's fine. Have Metagross in the back. And have Tapu Lele as my last mon. Because Goodra doesn't do too much. Tapu Lele can do a lot of damage. And a Roarveil can help with the bulk in general. So let's see how this battle's going to go. This is going to be very interesting. I do like my position with the Ninetales gain a Roarveil potentially for free, but it depends on what my opponent decides to lead. Arcanine could be a lead. We're going to see Nihilego Arcanine, which is kind of what I imagined coming out from my opponent. So, going to get the Ninetales plus Arcanine out, get this Intimidate off. We can get a Roarveil. We could also get an Icy Wind if we want to. But Snow Warning's going to activate. I wonder if this is Scarf Nihilego, but it's not like I can confirm it no matter what. Until after the turn plays out. It's a fast Arcanine, we do confirm that, so it's probably offensive. So I do want to get an Icy Wind off, because I think Icy Wind might be more valuable here. And I'm going to switch into Metagross, because I don't expect my opponent to go for Flare Blitz in the Arcanine slot. I got my Intimidate off. Power Gem would be kind of annoying. I'm kind of think my opponent will just Power Gem Arcanine and Flare Blitz the Ninetales because I think it's a safe play for my opponent. And the way I'm thinking this turn plays is Nihilego Power Gems the Arcanine slot and the Flare Blitz in the Ninetales slot and brings me down to my Sash again. Icy Wind off, lower both of these speeds so Metagross is faster. Switch into Tapu Lele the following turn on extreme speed. So let's see how this is going to work. We do get the Icy Wind off. It's not Scarf Nihilego. That's good to confirm. I'm hoping Ninetales doesn't go down just yet, but I guess I wouldn't mind it going down just yet. So get the speed decrease on both of them. Power Gem gonna come out. It does target down. Yep, my Arcanine slot. So Metagross, it does a lot of damage actually. It's Life Orb that confirms it. Inferno Overdrive coming out. Oh no, is this into the Metagross doubling in? If that is, my opponent made an amazing play. Well, then again, I could have just protected Arcanine, so I think it's targeting down. I think it should be targeting down my... Yeah, okay, targeting down Ninetales, that's fine. That's close, that was close, okay. So my opponent doesn't take any recoil, which I guess is nice for my opponent, but right here, we're in a bit of an annoying situation. My opponent's Arcanine is slower. Blizzard plus Zen Headbutt might be able to pick up the knockout, but the problem is I'm worried about Nihilego switching into Tapu Fini, because I want to switch into my Tapu Lele, as I said earlier, but Tapu Fini is just safe switching for my opponent. I'm going to double protect here, because I want to scout what my opponent's going to do. I really want to scout what my opponent's going to do. No switch outs, okay. Let's see. Double protect. On an extreme speed. And a Trick Room. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad for me. Trick Room? How was I supposed to anticipate that? Okay, I guess it makes sense with the Hariyama build. I should have just went... Okay, I should have just went... my Tapu Lele. Okay, he's probably going to try to pick up the knockout here. I'm gonna go on to Arcanine and try to pick up the knockout onto the Nihilego. Shoot, this is bad. This is bad. This is not good at all. We're gonna see Nihilego withdraw, actually. Okay. Into Hariyama. Oh. Oh. Maybe because... Oh, maybe it's... I don't know. Well, we get Arcanine out. I guess the best... Well, getting rid of Hariyama is actually pretty good because Feint is an annoying option for my opponent. And also the Arcanine's at -2 no matter what. Snarl. That's perfect situation, I guess, for me. Because Arcanine doesn't take too much. My Metagross, I'm not sure if it would have lived on the Flare Blitz there. But now we have the Weakness Policy. Can we connect Zen Headbutt? It does connect. Very fortunate. As... Okay. Does pick up the knockout on Hariyama. That's really good. Okay. Okay. Arcanine's slower than my Metagross though. This is kind of problematic because this end game is looking a bit rusty because I don't know what my opponent's gonna really want to do. I probably have to stall a Trick Room somehow. We have 2 turns of Trick Room left. And I don't know how I'm gonna stall it out because Nihilego comes in and Nihilego is like a Pokemon I always lose to switching in. So I wish I had Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch would have been helpful. I might have to sack Ninetales here. Okay, I think I know what I want to do. I'm gonna double protect here. Or do I just... Okay. Actually, is this slow or fast Nihilego? That's like the problem. I don't know what kind of Nihilego it is. I'm gonna double protect. I'm hoping it's slow Nihilego. It could be Sash though. It's annoying to play this mind game. Okay. Protect. Double protect. Stall out this Trick Room. And scout what my opponent's gonna do. Flare Blitz is gonna go into Metagross. As we see a Power Gem into the Arcanine slot. Let me see. Metagross is still slower than Nihilego. That doesn't help. Okay, that's actually a fast Nihilego. It's actually a fast Nihilego. The reason why I think it's fast is because... Okay, what I'm going to do is sack my Arcanine here. And I guess I go for the double... I mean, sack my Ninetales here, go for the double protect, I guess. The reason I'm going to do this play is because I want to sack my Arcanine, try to bring out Tapu Lele, and maybe Tapu Lele underspeeds the Nihilego. The reason why I think it's fast is because... Okay, we failed to protect. Nihilego goes for protect, I guess fearing the Bullet Punch. Flare Blitz is going to come out, target down the Metagross. Not exactly what I wanted, but it's not the worst case scenario here because Nihilego already wasted its protect, basically. So, I guess that's alright. Hail stops, which is alright for me because I'm going to go hard into my Tapu Lele. This is so annoying because I don't know this Nihilego speed, which is like so problematic in general. I think I just want to switch out into Arcanine once again. Go for Psychic into the Nihilego slot. Because Arcanine's at -3 at this point, so it can't do much. It depends on this Nihilego speed. Everything comes down to Nihilego speed, basically. If it's... Okay, so Nihilego switches out Fini? Vanillix, okay. So that's gonna reset the Hail, which I don't mind too much. This is gonna be an interesting endgame, because I don't know how this is gonna play out. But I feel like we have a really good shot. I guess I could have shot Psyche. Shot Psyche might have done it. But we get the Intimidate off onto the Arcanine slot. Snarl. Okay. Actually, Tapu Lele is faster than the Arcanine. That's good to confirm. So, the Psychic's not going to do too much, but it's going to do enough damage for where it's acceptable to me. Yeah, okay. get the special defense drop. That really doesn't matter unless I was going for a Psychic into that slot, but I'm going to go for Shattered Psychic into the Arcanine slot and Flare Blitz the Vanillux because I want that chip on Arcanine. Yeah, I'm going to Flare Blitz the Vanillux, and I'm just going to Shattered Psychic the Arcanine. Because Blizzard's not going to be able to threaten either one of my Pokemon at this range. So either way, I'm going to get a Flare Blitz and a Shattered Psychic off. Okay, my opponent protects. Maybe I should double protect it. It's not Scarf Vanillux. I was entirely playing this game based on the fact I thought it was Scarf. Oh boy. We're in for a ride, people. But Shattered Psychic should put the Arcanine in Blizzard range after a bit more hail damage. So... and you can't extreme speed because of terrain, so still content with this. I should just Shattered Psychic the Vanillux, I guess. Yeah, that's going to put in Blizzard range. Let's see what the Vanillux does. It's slower. Okay. This is a weird team. I definitely thought that was Scarf Vanillux. That's going to pick up the knockout. Vanillux goes down. Okay, Arcanine takes some recoil. Should I just confirm speeds here, or do I risk the Nihilego getting up another Trick Room? I don't think I ever risk Nihilego getting up another Trick Room. Like, I never risk it. How many turns of Psychic Terrain are left, though? I think that's the question I need to ask myself, because that means I could lose to Arcanine. Okay, now I have 3 turns. We're good. I can Flare Blitz the Nihilego and go for Psychic. Because if Arcanine goes for Flare Blitz, it'll put itself in recoil range where Hail will knock it out. Wait, did Arcanine just protect it? So maybe I should just double up. Actually, I'm going to double up. I'm going to Wild Charge the Arcanine and Psychic because there's this chance he goes for Snarl here and it protects with Nihilego. This is still going to be a close game, no matter how I look at it. But if I pick up a knockout here, I do win the game. It's going to be a Power Gem coming out from the Nihilego. That's going to target my Arcanine. So Arcanine's going to go down. However, Psychic will be able to pick up the knockout on Nihilego. Even at -1, because we're in Psychic Terrain, and he took Life Orb damage, and we still have Hail if it doesn't pick up the knockout. Psychic will pick up the knockout on Nihilego. And let's see what this Arcanine does. If he Flare Blitz, he should go down to recoil. Yep, Flare Blitz is coming down. And it's -3 too, so I'm not expecting it to do much. Yeah, like it did nothing. Actually, it didn't even put it in range of the Hail. But yeah, I mean, goes down to 1 more Hail turn guaranteed, and if he goes for Flare Blitz, he knocks himself out. So no matter what, I do win the game 100%. Ninetales comes out. You can Extreme Speed because we have Psychic Terrain. There's 1 more turn of Hail. Yeah, there's no way for my opponent to win. I'll just Aurora Veil here just because I want to see the animation. Then I'll Psychic the Arcanine and pick up my knockout and pick up my victory as well. The match is going to be forfeited, and we will take 3 wins for Sejun's team. I'm actually really surprised. I don't know how, but we did it. So thank you everyone for watching today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like down below. It really shows your support. You can follow me on my social medias and always check out the previous episodes if you have missed it. The QR code team, go follow Sejun Park if you haven't already. I mean, the 2014 World Champion, multiple-time Korean National Champion, just a super powerful person. Otherwise, I think that's pretty much it. See you around in another video.